Yeah, look, my name is Kevin Das. For those who don't know me, I'm an executive director at West Cobar Metals. Today, I just want to share with you a bit about our Salazar rare earth project. In addition, our West Cobar story as well. Just want to state that our value proposition is to really add value to shareholders through discovery and development, and we believe we have the right projects in our portfolio to do that. Just go to the next slide. Thanks, Tim. Okay, so our disclaimer, next slide. Okay, just a quick run through our corporate snapshot there. Look, capital structure is very tightly held, under 100 million shares on issue at 11 cents. I've got a market cap of 10.7 mil. Current cash in bank of last quarter is 2.9 mil, so very modest EV. Top 20 have 53.7%. and board and management have 25%. And as you can see, the share price is starting to head up in the right direction. I think we're quite undervalued compared to our peers in market. Let's go jump to the next slide. Thanks. Okay, so this is a bit of an overview of our projects here. So Salazar Rare Earth Project is located in Western Australia, near Esperance, and comes with a JORC compliant resource of 43.5 million tonnes at 1,192 ppm total rare earth oxide TREO, which is what I'll refer to it as going forward. We've just completed over 9,000 meters of drilling in January, and that's largely to increase the Newmont resource and explore the O'Connor prospect there. Beneficiation studies and metallurgical test work are well underway. We're fully funded with the Newmont resource upgrade expected in Q2 this year. In addition, if we just pivot to our lithium aspirations, we've just acquired projects in Nevada. They're prospective for large-scale sedimentary hosted claystone deposits. Again, Nevada's a world-class lithium district. On top of that, we've got our Hermit Hill lithium project, which is prospective for pegmatite-hosted lithium in the Northern Territory, and we expect to commence field activities very soon on both of those projects. Let's go to the next slide, thanks. Okay, so here's our Salazar project. It's located 120 kilometres northeast of the township and deep water port of Esperance in Western Australia. A proven, safe, ethical mining jurisdiction. We have a dominant land position there, which is within a tightly held region, prospective for rare earth clays. Close to essential infrastructure, port, rail, air services all nearby. Esperance is an established mining region with a skilled local workforce, strong mining culture and local community. It's also been earmarked as a potential location for a major renewable energy and green hydrogen hub. Next slide, thanks. Okay, so a bit about our Newmont rare earth deposit. Now, it comes with a 43.5 million tonne resource at 1192 ppm, very high grade rare earth in clays, I should point out. We've just completed extensional infill drilling. You can see in the figure there, this is the outline of the existing inferred resource, and we've really gone after the low-hanging fruit with this drill program to just extend out and further to the south as well, and to the north and east, and just infill some of these areas. I should also point out we have a co-product advantage as well. The rare earths comprise of that exist within a kaolin clay, and also includes a JORC resource of 28.3 million tonnes at 23.4% aluminium oxide at a 10% cutoff. So we've really got a HPA story there with our rare earths, and lab test work show that leaching has been able to successfully extract a high purity alumina product, 99.99% product from the clays there as well. So we're looking at a singular flow sheet to see if we can extract both the HPA and the rare earths. Another important thing is radioactivity is very low. As you can see, uranium, thorium is very low. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's a bit of a comp with some of our peers. We compare favorably with other known clay deposits outside of China and Myanmar. A few things I just want to point out is rare earth grades are very high, 1,192 ppm TREO plus yttrium. Comparatively speaking, the dysprosium and terbium, which is the heavy rare earth component, is very high. There's a very high distribution there. And our magnet rare earths, so 4 key magnet rare earths, where Richard pointed out in terms of the value, comprise 25% of our basket as well. So some real good attributes there to the Newmont deposit there. Next slide, please. Okay, so some of the previous work that's been done has involved reputable institutions, including CSIRO, University of Western Australia, University of Newcastle, and NAGROM and AMDEL. So some of the early MET test work and characterization studies show that the clays are amenable to acid leach processing and with very low radioactive elements. Currently, we've got 3 streams of metallurgy and test work underway, and they include ANSTO, which has recently been engaged to undertake the next stage of leaching studies. And that's really aimed at optimizing the previous leach test work that's been done by the previous owners. And we'll kind of go down an hydrochloric acid, but also explore an organic acid pathway for this as well. The other things we're doing in parallel is beneficiation studies. So we've just engaged the ARC Centre for Excellence for enabling eco-efficient beneficiation of minerals to undertake Benny work. And that's really to optimize and reduce the mass at the front end. So when we hit the rare earths with the acid down the hydromet, that we can make the project more economic. And we've also got NAGROM now doing a bit of scouting beneficiation work on our O'Connor prospect as well. So yeah, some really good names there, reputable institutions that are kind of really leading the charge forward. So next slide, please. So this is our O'Connor prospect. O'Connor is located 10 kilometers to the southeast of the Newmont deposit. And you can see some of the drilling that we've got there, some really robust intersections. I just want to point out that these grades are phenomenal. They're very high, very thick. But one of the key things, if you have a look at them, they're very shallow. The overburden's very minimal. So 8 meters, 7 meters, 17 meters, so 14, 10 meters. So we're looking at very low strip ratios here. And that section there is about 4 kilometers there in length there. So some really nice grades, intersections, really robust intersections. So kind of we're going to really drill that out more and hope to get a resource on there soon as well. Next slide. Okay, so we're just going to pivot a bit to our lithium aspirations. So we've got 2 areas, Montezuma Well and Big Smoky Valley, which are prospective for large-scale sedimentary hosted lithium claystone deposits in the US. So these projects are located within the world-class Nevada Lithium District, and we host geology similar to the major known lithium deposits in the region. You can see some of the big players in there, got some big market caps, and you know, we're only a couple of kilometers from some of these projects. We're also located 350 kilometers southeast of the Tesla Gigafactory and close to essential infrastructure. We're planning for reverse circulation drilling to test both of those areas. Drill permitting is currently underway with a BLM, and we hope to be on the ground in the next few months to get drilling on both of those areas. Next slide. Okay, so our Hermit Hill project is in the Northern Territory, roughly 100 kilometers southwest of Core Lithium's Finniss lithium project. So this comprises of a very large landholding within an emerging underexplored lithium province in the Northern Territory. Look, desktop reviews have shown that the area is prospective for lithium, and this is based on the identification of pegmatites in historic drilling. So we're really chasing a pegmatite, a spodumene kind of target here, as opposed to the lithium clays in Nevada. So the company is currently working on identifying drill targets. We expect to commence activities in June and hope to be on the ground as soon as the completion of the Northern Territory wet season. Next slide. So Buller Park, this is our copper play. This is over eastern New South Wales. The reason we were there is our discovery hole intersected 33 meters at 0.45% copper from 232 meters. So we're currently flying some airborne magnetics over the immediate area just to identify more targets. If these can be validated, we've got plans to do some diamond drilling in the area. So stay tuned for a bit more of that later on. Next slide. So as you can see, we've been very busy. We've also got a busy next 6 months as well. So between Salazar Rare Earth, Nevada Lithium, Hermit Hill, and Cobar West Copper plays, there's a lot of news flow, a lot of activity. So I'm just encourage you just to stay tuned as we continue to undertake all the activities and disseminate the news to the market. Next slide. Highly experienced team with strong track record. Look, won't go into the individual directors, but you can see this is probably one of the best teams for a junior company. Very experienced individuals there, and good track record there. Next slide. And quickly, just to touch a little bit about rare earths. Look, they're rare earths are critical raw materials, high significance, high supply risk, and the Western world requires them. China currently dominates the supply chain, and you're seeing industry and governments looking for new sources. There's ambitious targets for governments to go green, and there's a fantastic thematic with EVs, wind turbines that are really going to drive rare earth prices higher. So thank you very much for your time. Hand it back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Kevin. A couple of quick questions. I think I might have used an old intro. I described the West Cobar as a minerals exploration company focused on copper, lead, silver, and gold. Is that incorrect, or has the company kind of pivoted into the kind of rare earths and lithium space more recently?
Yeah, look, we when we listed probably 18 months ago, we listed on the back of copper assets in New South Wales, and have since then pivoted into the rare earth space and also the lithium space. So we do still have our projects in the Cobar West District and still working on some of those, but big flavour and big part of the strategy of the company going forward is to really look at the rare earth space as well as the lithium space. So again, we do have a development asset in Salazar, but also there are discovery potentials with some of the other projects that we've got as well.
Understood. And is the idea is the copper the first one to go to market, so to speak, so it can help fund these other longer term projects?
No, look, the copper's exploration play as well. So the copper is there as a part of the portfolio of something that we're currently exploring. So that's that's where we sit with the Cobar West projects.
And can you talk us through how you picked up these lithium assets, particularly in Nevada, which is, as you showed, is surrounded by some big names there?
Yeah, look, we when we undertook a strategy session last year, we looked at where the places where we really wanted to be, and rare earths came up, and lithium, nickel, and there was a bunch of things that came up. And so then when we went hunting for that exposure, the lithium space is very tightly held, and you're either playing in brines or hard rock, pegmatite, spodumene, or the clays. And we saw some opportunities in Nevada, and we got our guys on the ground, and within several months we were able to stake these claims using in-house geoscience, in which we believe those areas to be prospective. We've highlighted probably another 14 areas, and if these 2 areas prove to be successful, then the next step is to really go and pick up some more ground in the area in Nevada.
And so what are in Nevada specifically, what are the plans and timing around this opportunity?
Yeah, look, Nevada's quite immediate. We've got the claims are all been granted. We're currently in the process of submitting our drill permits to the BLM. That's in play, and as soon as that happens, and we hope that it could be in the next month or 2, we plan to get on the ground and hit it with direct exploration. So there's going to be RC holes that are going to be drilled into both of those tenements, and we hope to be able to do that in the next 1 to 2 months. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, of course. And your Salazar rare earths project in Esperance, you've had your air core drilling program in place. What are the results show, and how will you proceed, more importantly, based on those numbers?
Yeah, look, we've had fantastic results. We finished the drilling in January, and we've had assays come out pretty much every month. We've got our last batch of assays coming out. We were hoping to get them out this month, but it looks like they'll be coming out in May. We've engaged a resource consultant who will be taking the infill extensional drilling, and we expect a resource upgrade out very soon. And so that's the plan there. The catalyst will be that resource upgrade on the Newmont deposit that we hope to get out in May, June, sometime in Q2 anyway.
And just finally, Kevin, it's a really tight capital markets in regards to raising capital. What's the funding pipeline look like moving forward?
Yeah, look, the funding pipeline, look, there are a few things. We've actually applied for the federal government grant as well for some of our metallurgical test work, and that'd be fantastic if we could get that, de-risk the project and progress things there. We've got $2.9 million cash in the bank, and so we're quite well funded, for the rest of the year and to do everything that we need to do. So yeah, look, I think we really want to advance the project, progress things before we look at the next round of funding from the capital markets anyway.
Kevin, that's all we have time for. Thanks for your presentation. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks for having me, Tim. Cheers.